Hello, this is part 5 of my white truck series. This will be the last one until I decide what I'm going to do with it. I have some plans, but I guess you'll have to wait till next year because it'll probably be then before I do any much more with it, as I want to get back at my Cat 60 project. So I hope you watch enjoying the final episode of this series. Well, what I'm thinking now is that it isn't a fuel problem because I've cleaned the carburetor good and clean, and it did exactly the same as the first time. Started up, ran a few seconds and then quit, and after that when I try and start I might get a couple pops out of it, but that was all. So now I'm going to check into the magneto. It showed spark, but that's just clicking it through a few times by hand. I'm going to try wiring in an outside condenser, as I don't have a condenser for this magneto, although looking online, condenser and coil should be available for it. But right now I'm going to try wiring in an outside condenser. So if you can see it, this is the original condenser. At first I was just going to add a condenser to the outside, but I thought it would be best to remove the old condenser, and so it's working on just the new condenser. So I'm in the process of removing this condenser. So what I did here was I removed the original condenser. I could squeeze even this other one in there, but I'd have to make a special bracket to hold it. And if it turns out to be the condenser, I think I'll just buy a new one that's made to fit in it. But I removed the original condenser and I hooked the wire up. I'm going to feed it out to the outside of the magneto where I can mount a different condenser. So that's what this wire is for. It's going to get fed through out to the outside of the magneto. The closer the condenser is to the points, the better. But a few inches away, I've run them considerably, a foot away on a wire already, and they've worked just fine. So that's what I'm at doing. Now, to get the wire to the outside of the magneto, I made 2 gaskets so it would be thick enough, and cut a section of the gasket out, but with 2 gaskets thick enough for the wire to pass through under the point cover. That way I can do it without making any modifications to the original coil whatsoever, which I don't want to because it's the only one like this I have, and it's too original and too good of a condition for me to modify the original parts in any way. If this works, I will probably order an original condenser so I can get it all back inside. And if you see, they actually have a window in the distributor cap with an arrow on it, so you can tell which cylinder it's on for timing it. So now I'm going to mount the condenser to the outside. Well, there's my external condenser. It isn't pretty, but it's just on there to test it. And I wired in a wire for the kill wire because I realized that where the original kill wire hooked up down here, the timing, you would have to retard the timing for it to make contact with that. That wasn't actually a place for a wire to be hooked on. There was a strap went from here to that screw, so that to shut it off you would retard the timing, and to start it you would advance it somewhat. So I'm just hooking a kill wire in, so I don't have to move the timing to kill it. I should say, so I don't have to move the timing to kill it, provided it runs. Well, so here I'm again. Got the external condenser. I filled the float bowl with gas again. A little bit of throttle and pretty much choke. See what it does. Oh, I had better luck before. Well, I'll have to admit, I got it running. I used a little bit of ether. I don't know if that really made a difference. Maybe it just took that it didn't have very good compression. Your rings get stuck after a while. But now I'm going to start it again. I have a gas tank on it now. So it sounds pretty darn good. I'm going to shut it off, put water in it, and unload it. I'm pretty darn happy with it. Well, I filled the radiator. It's dripping just a little bit right there by that hose from the water pump to the block. Other than that, I don't see any leaks anywhere. So I got to pump up the one rear tire that leaks slow. I got my ramps on, everything out of the way, and hopefully the next video we'll be driving off the truck, provided the drivetrain all works properly, especially the clutch, because you know sometimes they get stuck after a time. Well, let's see how it goes. Yes, that's a smile on my face. And here I am, winching the cable in for the first time, getting all that slack that was tangled up in the back. Really sounding good. Let's see if it'll crank start. That's enough of that. Well, I left last week Tuesday morning at 10 in the morning for Chadron, Nebraska to go get my white truck home, and it was quite a journey going there and getting back. I got back on Thursday at dark, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the videos I made of getting it running and getting it off the trailer. And I'm very, very happy with the results, and I want to thank you once again for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it.